Sagittarius, what's good? I'm your mile high priest. I'm up here about a mile high on. It's Mars's Day, Tuesday, January 14th, a little later in my day. We are close to sunset up here where I'm at. I have so many messages to tell you about, to give, to relay, to Thank you so much for being here. I honor you, your presence. This message is for the Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising Collective. Regardless of your natal placement, this may resonate with you, as I do read for the nodes, the Venusian, Marsian, and Mercurial sectors, as well as. So what I'm figuring out, yes, pay attention to rising, Sagittarius rising especially. Take what resonates, of course. Trigger warning, tarot. Also, pay attention to where, if you are not a Sagittarius rising, you could very well be a sun in Sagittarius. So pay attention to where that house, where Sagittarius then falls on the natal chart. So if you can approach that, right? I know astrology is very far out, so it takes a lot to practice and train and practice whatever. Understand? Yes, it's quite an art, quite a pursuit of the arts and scientific varieties. Very methodological, very method based, but also then that would be very significant for you to discover not the ninth house, but where Sagittarius then lands on your natal chart and in what house, right? So for the rising would be the first house, which is what I'm reading for at the moment, as far as the astrology segment. So the full moon landed in your eighth house, Sagittarius. So you could be, yes, that's part of the message, being illuminated to what was hidden. So because of Pluto's descent into Aquarius, because of the Aquarian archetype's descent into the underworld, Pluto veils and unveils alongside very close, near to the sun. So it's like things may become illuminated over the next month. The new moon I know all these dates are very significant in terms of holidays, celebrations, the Lunar New Year, the United States, particular political dates and such. So it's all very interesting, and it's all very coming to light, is what I suppose. For you specifically, Sagittarius, this is a big rush of public, I don't know, what do you call it? Your fame, your level of fame could rise in whatever public arena that you show up at, or you could even rise above that. It seems not. This isn't meant in an offensive manner. It is just very kind of linear to suppose that you were not ready. So now you may feel you were becoming ready, or you've been ready. You were born for you were born and ready for this particular moment. It's you knew it in your inner child. And for those Sagittarians that are not necessarily in that mood or vibration, does have a lot to do with you breaking out of the the umbrella, because the umbrella can be very protective in some instances, right? So maybe I'm using that as a symbol right now, but that's what my guides are showing me for Sagittarian collective. You know that umbrella veil is thin. You knew it was thin, and so that protection that was offered from, I'll say antiquated, because it's almost like the mundane world becomes just that too. You are very magical, so the mundane becomes even more mundane. Sagittarius, I honor you, your presence, your dedication to spirituality, to ascension, to rising, and to enlightenment, and to being the purveyor of knowledge, truth, manuscripts, libraries, collections, curated. Thank you. Art, yes, we love it. We love all of it. We love words that make sense. Thank you so much for being here. I honor you, your presence, your keen and very discernible, highly intelligent way about to. Thank you for being here. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, stick around, hit subscribe and hang out. Come back, and if you're back, subscribe again. If you left and you're back, leave me a comment. Share this with folks. So we have card 22 in the Egyptian tarot, which is a fool, and you're ready to take the leap of faith, or you did already. You could have been very active, or you could have come out of a, like, sometimes I say martial arts, but that could mean like you were studying a particular practice that is based in philosophies like Hindu, or the Buddha, and because those philosophies, those theologies can have a major effect on our physical bodies too, right? Like, it is physical to perform in those philosophies. Thank you, Sagittarius. I did clear the channel, so I'll clear the channel and clear the channel. Thank you so much. I ask that my sage and wise and ancient ancestors protect me as I receive messages for your divine ascension and your expansive evolution through these fascinating times and these wild spaces across multi-dimensions. You're here, you took the leap. It's suggested that you keep to yourself what this transformation means to you. It will become apparent. It'll become obvious. So that will be your means of the message is a medium. how deeply trust that when you come out in any way that you speak, whether you're published or whether you are a published content creator or a published teacher, things like that, like a published spiritual leader, or you're becoming accredited, you leveled up, you graduated, you're being crowned, you're being given the cords or whatnot. And so Black Moon Lilith is here, card number 12. Black Moon Lilith is represented in our modern society by archetypes like the Queen of Swords, so Libra and that Virgo, right? Like sussing out the dark aspect of Virgo, shadow aspect of the Virgo archetype. Okay. Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra, thank you so much. Clear divine messages. Thank you, Mercury. Thank you to our helpful wise sage. Spiritual guides of the highest light. There are a lot of things to say about ancient, so there was something funny, and maybe it's not worth saying it because I'm just being like my crass self. Sagittarius, you know it's good, right? I'll try to remember. Also, yeah, I ate, and so like gurgles, I really do apologize. There's power within you to keep this aligned internally within you, so allow it to manifest. Meditate more if you can't keep it in, or perform more gratitude. Maybe that could be your what your verbal like speech is based on, like thank you instead of telling people. But you are very psychic, and it's like you have telepathy, telepathic. Your telepathic abilities are confirmed and are connected. So this could be a very like, it could have that far out past life karmic of the longer spans, the multi spans through multi dimensions, and because we are considering archaic and ancient like timelines, is very much could be about your business and your union, like the contractual unions that you've made, like no matter what, if you are like introverted or what I mean is like a more solo Sag. But I think Sagittarians have a lot of, even if they are introverted or alone, they are connected to so many people. So all of that is changing for you. Also, you could have been used as like bait unknowingly, like you were the pawn. And for you, it may be played out spiritually because you have come to the understanding of like what could be perceived as like hallucinations or illusions or delusions, or like, is this real? That's the archaic, ancient, past life aspect of it, that it moves even beyond the timeline, and it's able to show you shadow and dark, even if you are the most like lightly convinced Sagittarian, even if you are the Sagittarian of like the light. But I think, as we know it, like Sagittarians cover many. The number 3, third times, like, so like, you know how I say Gemini is the opposite of you, you're opposite on the wheel. So Gemini, I like to joke around and say Geminis do it better because they do it twice. Well, Sagittarians do it 3 times, although Geminis do it twice, immediately following the initial. And so Sagittarius may take a longer span of time because Geminis cover short distance and Sagittarians cover a long distance. So your union could have a distance at the moment, but trust that there's a natural, has been a natural suppression of the truth due to something. So like you are, so I don't know, Sag, I don't know if you're like, you were in the crossfire, like you are a investigator, like a spiritual investigator, a spiritual detective, and maybe in our timeline that exists, you are being investigated, or you were, and that you're covering many dark lands as you naturally would, knowing what a Sagittarian knows and having access to what a Sagittarian has access to, now having gone into that timeline and followed that trail and that path. You are asserted in your like divine nature, and you are connected psychically to these roads and paths. So you were covering paths, okay, to get to the gates. You rightfully knew you were approaching particular gates that you were where you were led to. So again, it could be unbeknownst to you, but in the case of you were focused, you were centered on work, and because you're a Sagittarian, you could have many. You could have your hands in many projects. You could be paid for many projects. And so that means you are well connected, or maybe this is part of your job experience too. It's like you're connected. So you're an investigator, you're the detective. So everything that has happened since like November, October, it is like, it comes to this, now there's this origin point where you are well aware of what stalks you. So if you flip it, it's not what stalks you, it's like what leads you. If you want to unite. Sagittarius. What can I say? Please recognize. I'm trying, babe. You see me happy. What? Where? Okay, I do love that song. That's your Rihanna message. I don't know why that song was before I even sat down. It's just funny. Black Moon, Queen of Swords. I may read you the passage just because so we have 33 once again. You know, because of your involvement in many communities, and because of the karmic, archaic, ancient aspect of like maybe people spiting you, maybe again, I have to remind you, because of the past life thing, it was like maybe you did this to someone, and so your vow and contract was to create that, manifest that scenario to purify and remove that debt, like cover the debt. And all of that happens for, like, depending on your sign and your planetary, all the things. So, like, Uranus could be getting ready to, like Uranus wants you to, like, if you haven't created your publication or your, like, curated knowledge-based transmitter, like, you know many things, and it's not that you're gonna, like, not teach all the things, but, like, how are you going to, like Uranus is just, like, very technologically far out and community based, but also very, like, for you. So it'll be meaningful for you for your entirety of your life from here until that, you know, our moral cutoff, our mundane cutoff. Wow. Also, yeah, you could have come into this, like, moral standing with your spiritual guides and, like, the authority that is your ancient wise sage ancestry, like the lines that connect to God and then the earth. It's all flowing now for you, Sagittarius. Here you are, faith. You also very much trust in you, in your truth. You're very much a provoker, instigator, even if you don't know it. And so Here is your gift. Fourth house of roots. Okay, the Four of Cups, 28, inheritance. So again, it could be like maybe you've experienced a lot of issues with work over the last, like, you could say it intensified over the last couple of years, but it really has been a like, look at the last like 7 years, look at the last like 14. Once you get to those like 15-year mark, it starts to kind of like address those transitional karmic wave periods of like, that's when I flipped out, or like I flipped the script, or I veered this way, and like all of that is meaningful for the now. Why? Because all of a sudden Mars retrograde in Cancer and Eris entering the scene. Like, okay, action. Here's Eris and Aries in your fifth house if you're a Sagittarius rising, and it's like, let it out. Let everything that you've been holding in your sacral bowl, it's got to come out. Like, it's like the carpet is being rolled out for you. The stage is being curated. The center stage is being, laid out particularly, especially uniquely for you. Card number 28, card number 47, card number 33. I believe this is 9 of Wands. Grand Cross Provoker, 47. Ninth house of faith. This may be 6 of Wands, which we have it here. And that is a Marsian, not the Jupiterian. So realness, like, this isn't the like fancy. So for some of you, this is awaiting your arrival. You must not linger and wait. You must work to get to it. That doesn't mean go to work or like go to your job. It could, right? Because that's involved. Grand Trine blessings. Okay. Jupiter is saying, yeah, that's what's involved. Like, and remember, Jupiter is your ruler, the ruler of the Sagittarian collective. The North Node is in Pisces. Jupiter is the old, or one of the new. No, I'm sorry. We are one of the new, the modern rulers, alongside Neptune. Neptune is a modern, and yeah, there you go. This you don't need to know now, but maybe Sagittarius is what I mean. It's like flipping the script, and you've been, maybe you were even investigated by these like higher realm levels of consciousness and gods, and your stellar connections become illuminated to you, the paths to like, the different layers and the different zones and the different collectives. So don't be afraid. Here's Jupiter in Leo. Here's a 5 of Wands, right? It's like you've been observed. Also, it could have played out in this way where like it feels very, maybe, again, Pluto being in the anaretic degrees of Aquarius at like the 1 degree, and then Mars like in the anaretic degrees between Leo, the cusp of Leo and Cancer, and then the nodes between Aries and Libra and Virgo, or Virgo and Pisces. Yeah, all of those anaretic degrees are like very edgy and tense, and it could have you, like, what I would say, like, examples of experiences are like, if you don't really like get to move about, you could have a lot of like tension in certain areas. That could likely point you to different things and whatnot if you follow your profession, like, that sort of thing. And then on the other hand, it could have a lot of firings, like the Grand Cross Provoker. That's all of those planets making aspects in the cardinal signs of Aries, Libra, and I'm sorry, the Sun and Mercury being in that cardinal Capricorn, and then Mars being in Cancer. I also do get a lot of like Pluto has been leading the pack, and Pluto shows up in your spread too. But the path is clear for you, like whatever's going on around you, this 5 of Wands situation, where you were like constantly affected by it, or maybe like, this is what I mean, like your work was affected by whatever that you were experiencing. So you could have experienced something or many things in the community. It was just something that it was a community you were a part of, and it could have been very much out of your hands, and it could have been behind your back, or it could have just been like something that made you feel like you had to go away or stay put in a way. It was very spiritual, because in actuality, like spiritually, you're being like shoved there, no matter who you are, what you're up to, Sag. So now, I knew it would take forever. Okay, I did warn you that it would be a long message, right? In revenge and in love, woman is more barbaric than man is. Frederick Nietzsche. So yeah, I mean, the divine feminine. So I mean, Queen of Swords, okay, fine. Like, as we know it, like Queen of Swords is individual feminism, individual divine feminine warrior, a court of law, a righteous decision, a moral code, a singular, independent, unconditionally loving decision that affects many, but is for the best of everyone involved, especially the person making the decision, usually involved in action or no action. Very few words, right? It is time to be careful. Think of what might manifest over anger, bitterness, or revenge. What you have worked so hard for may collapse. So, Sagittarius, you're about to hit it big. Maybe you're like, I already went through this. What's good? Okay, astrologically, Black Moon Lilith represents soul expansion and cosmological awareness, the force in aloneness and the path of the individual. Hit like, please. Black Moon Lilith is a dark goddess. She is a ghost to the moon, has a shift in power and consciousness. She symbolizes destruction before creation. You have seen that. You have witnessed that. So now turn your head, divine child of the cosmos. Turn your head to creation. No more destruction. The name Lilith means screech owl or night hag, or as I lovingly would refer to them as a banshee. Enter Year of the Snake, yo, what up? What it do? This is the rise of the Queen of Wands, isn't it? Thank y'all for being here. I honor you. Sagittarius, one of these days, never mind, no. Yep, here's your gate. After this, right? I think you've already been through that. So then don't go back. Take time to rest, because you are in that transitional period. No matter where you are at in the Pentacles, like if you are in the Five of Pentacles, like you're going to the Pinnacle. If you choose to go to the Pinnacle, because that is offering. So your fate is also included in free will. Imagine that, wow. Wow, it must be cool to live on this planet. Sag, you're saying you want to make it cooler. Also, some of you will be able to celebrate accordingly. There's like a romantic. There's someone like you're helping someone. I know that. I said that in the Libra reading. This is Pisces, Aquarius, and then we have Mars. In Pisces, we have so much Mars. So we've had Mars in Leo, Mars in Pisces. I think as you work on this, as you cold this fire, remove the fancy and the paranoia. Remove the dressing, right? I'm like, I see the dressing on the cake. What is up with the cake, yo? Fine, put the damn dressing. Dress it up. Dress up the cake really well. How about that? Yeah, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Like, come out of the, like, swamp, the dark, the, like... Do you see the light? Do you see the sun in the behind of the, this skeletal? This dancing... this dancing queen. This Scorpio. I was gonna say, I really like that work song. Work, right? Sagittarius, is that what you're saying? You see me happy, work. What can you say, right? You're going for empresshood. You're being perceived by many. Many are looking at you. Even like this Empress Queen is like, what do they got? I want that too. You see me happy work, yo. I see you over here like, I'm working. Come, just turn around and see where you're not looking. It's about resting. Give it that rest. You're over here. You're like an emotional la la land. So once again, this may resonate with you, or not. This may or may not. But regardless, please do check out your other signs. Sign placement readings. It's very interesting what's going on here. I'm now just flowing for you. Thank you so much, our divine Father, Divine Mother, Holy Spirit, Earth Mother, Father Sky, Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra, Mercury, Archangels, Angels, Spiritual Guides of the highest light. Please help me to connect to the Sagittarius Collective to receive clear, divinely guided messages. Please protect me as I channel for the Sagittarius Collective. Yeah, those defeats keeps coming up. You suffered a defeat, likely at work. It's all being resolved now. For you, again, it may have had a lot to do with communication. But it could be many things, like you communicated something incorrectly, or someone communicated something about you that wasn't the truth, or there was a lie. You carried a lie, but it wasn't like your lie. It was like someone told you something, and then unfortunately there was like this passing it along. Okay, Five of Swords, Venus and Aquarius. That has been resolved already. because Seven of Rods, you went to fight that. You fought that. You fought that. The Emperor, someone fought that for you. Or you fought in reality, like in front of the courtroom. We have the Magician. You're getting it back together. You know you had to go back to square one, and you know you had to take the leap of faith. You know you had to like choose something completely different and a radical shift. Like you could not have been the type of person who makes these like, or you could like, what if you were and then you weren't, and then all of a sudden you're like, I need to make fast decisions, and you're like, bam, 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 bam. You walk away with 3. We said 3. You walk away healed. You were healed. You've been healed. You walk away from indecision, indecisiveness. You walk away from being misled. Somehow you were guided, and you were like, this is what I mean. You were hoodwinked by God. Or your former boss didn't know that they were hoodwinking themselves into their own lawsuit. Like, and you're over here chilling, like singing Rihanna songs, right? It's good. It's good in the hood. It's good in the hood. What can we say? Please recognize I'm trying, baby. That's your baby message, right? Okay, we're done with that one. I want to know. You'll soon be able to toast. And because it is so Sagittarian, it's like this union could be like, it could be any type of contract, right? But your partner, whoever it is you work with or whatnot, whoever this like person is, like you guys are very different in the way you look, and not really. I just mean like, one's blonde, one's, that sort of thing. One's lighter complexion. I don't know. Somehow both of you want a change in appearance, and y'all are like maybe in that zone of like, yeah, it's that zone. Like Eris is just like shape-shifting you without even telling you. Eris is hiding you. Eris is like, I didn't even say Emperor. Arcana number 4, the Emperor. It is Aries and Scorpio, right? The square, it is for the 4 orders. Maybe you did complete that. You took on these 4 missions. These were missions. You completed. You've connected the dots. So now you present that, and now it's like you're able to put down the fight. What was earning you then was hurting you, like health-wise, or you were maybe feeling defeated because you kept trying and then you were sent back out. Like, hey, mission restart. Here we go again. Finally, you've made it. You've solved it. It was a masculine Leo, or like a masculine Leo led you. They hoodwinked themselves into giving themselves in, right? I don't know. This says yes. Here's the other gate. I'm gonna... Yeah. This is good. Sag, come down. Come back to Earth. Now you can move. Now you're walking about. Four of Swords. Okay, Moon in Libra, or I apologize, Saturn. Jupiter in Libra. After Saturn in Libra, after Three of Swords, right? And after the Two of Swords. After being what felt like you don't know what the hell's going on. You've made it all the way out. You've got 3, 4, 5, like Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Five of Swords. Right now, just rest, knowing that that's over. Except that you're leaving with nothing, but there's something. Like right now, it feels like nothing. But didn't we start the message with there's something big, like meant to happen for you? So like you will be cleared. Your name is being cleared. You are of honor. You're being misrepresented. Someone just had to show up and fight for you. There you go. It's like yeah. Yeah, what's been hidden from you? Wow, look at that. Temperance and the Magician. Like, that's crazy. Three of Pentacles. It's like you're a rebel and like, but you may have to join. Like you won't be doing the corporate things. It's what it may be that you're invited to dress up sometimes to show up in the office. But you seek to save, like something about like public, definitely like those, someone defamed you, but like you're being cleared of that. And it is these like these authorities, or these folks have already been visited by by appropriate authorities, spiritual and the mundane, the real world. Has a lot to do with job, real, or the neighborhood, selling, buying, a birthing kids, or celebrating, this is what I do, misappropriating, moving funds or something, buying a home. Move this home, and okay, something like that. Something in the neighborhood. Something of value, something of like money, riches, goods, people's goods. That's what's being looked at. I do get the presence of like the Leo authority, the Sagittarian authority, rising to authority. I also get the Leo, like the Leo thought they were doing this, but they inadvertently, indirectly opened the Pandora's box, because we have Four of Cups, we have this King of Wands, so that's you, but is it them? Also, yeah, there's a lot of tit for tat, and what I mean is like you could have like declared that you wanted to be whole, like holy, holistic and wholehearted. So you did the work. And then now you're, because of all this edginess in the astrology, you're being served your mirror, but the shadow aspect of you. So you're seeing, it's like you see not only the ugly Sagittarius, you see the bad Sagittarius, you see the good, the bad, the ugly, depending on where are you at there. And it maybe seems like that's what people were fighting for, to say that you were not the good one. You're not the good Sag. Are you a good Sag or a bad Sag? I'm not a Sag at all. But someone fought. Exactly. I just think the one that's not a Sagittarius, the Leo. Okay, there's something about like this is the job, this is the discovery, this is an aha moment, and it's justified and has to do with law and has to do with a home and it has to do with stubbornness and it has to do with money and it has to do with family and it has to do with a divorce and it has to do with love and money and travel and it has to do with people's money. And someone was misallocating it, like a Libra person, or it's this Taurus person who sought to act in aggression, in retribution, in revenge, to defame someone, and then the law caught up. Yeah, because they suddenly shift into reverse, meaning out of a grudge. And something about this official, here they are. Here's the Queen of Wands and here's the Wheel of Fortune. And then I'm just about to say something about this official. It's like, honestly, Sagittarius, you don't know who you're helping, but like this could be a good thing. Meaning, even though, well, wait, I take that back. What's coming out is good. What do they call them? Good sentences. I said it was all about communication, right? So while you're formulating good sentences, right? Getting your verbs and your adverb. Getting the nouns and the pronouns and the he said and the she and the they said and the who said what now? They said nothing at all. Is that so? What's the lie here? Wow, the artist and the Hierophant. The artist is here once again. The Ten of Wands shows up in reverse. Saturn and Sag. Something's about to happen. Where you think you are, where they think they are fail-proof, like they're not. This is when God shows up, the Hierophant, and this is the artist. It's gonna be like a flash, like a quick. From one day, Sagittarius, you're gonna wake up one day and very soon. Queen of Wands, Pisces, Aries, Aries, right? A lot of Aries. That's you, Sag. Here, Wheel of Fortune. Many thinking about you. Many feeling defeated. They didn't know, or they realize now that they were losing, that what they thought was for their better, like for health or for, it's like something like, we thought it was for physical activity, right? Isn't that how we started the freaking message? Like God wants you to publish and like talk and start, like, get your rest, okay? Don't burn out. And like, you're not going to burn out. Set up good, like, set up a good time, okay? I'm telling you, I feel it. This is what's hidden from you. Keep doing what you're doing, and God's about to give you what you've been readying for all along. You've maybe received it, and now it's like, put it out there, like, put it on blast. Speak eloquently. Don't get banned from the social media. And maybe you will have to just speak up, right? Like, you are helping people on a bigger, grander scale than you think. Sag, on that note, all love, all light. I hope this message made some sort of sense. Your occupation, your public display of who you are is just like being, the next 2 years, get ready for the wildest ride of your Sagittarian existence. And if you're a Sagittarius, you're like, I don't believe that. You should believe that. It's about to get real fun on it. Just, who is that new sheriff? Okay.